Hey guys, quick disclaimer. The Nosy Hens podcast talks about content that is not suitable for children and might bring you some discomfort too. This includes violence and abuse of all kinds, strong language, and graphic descriptions. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Chicken Coop.
Hey, Chicken Coop.
Chicken Coop.
Hey. That's a cute. Did we just find our theme song?
Welcome to the Chicken Coop.
Hey, Chicken Coop.
Chicken Coop.
We're going to the studio to record it tomorrow. Okay?
If we had the money.
I mean,
okay.
we rich.
Y'all don't know when we, we rolling in it.
Rolling in it. We going to the studio because that one was cute.
That
We gotta make sure we remember that.
One more time. Welcome to the Chicken Coop.
Hey, Chicken Coop.
Chicken Coop.
I done licked the microphone and everything.
Okay. Chloe Bailey.
We're birthday twins. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so no wonder. That's why you so sexual.
I am. I really am. But guys, I had to embrace it. It took a while.
Nah, you always been a freak to me.
Nah, Mama, you don't even know what she talking about, Mama. So don't, Mommy, when you listen to this episode, just go ahead and skip past this part. Because I am a virgin. And those two children that I got, it was by the grace of God. And only Him.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yes.
Hey.
Please.
Like we said, you in a chicken coop, and this is the Nosy Hens podcast. And we are always bringing it funky to you.
Funky like some funky armpits.
Okay.
I am...
What?
A-Rain, one of your favorite Nosy Hens. We forgot to do that on the last episode.
Well, y'all know who we are, because I'm your other favorite Nosy Hen, and my name is Jess.
Yes. And we're here to bring you some funny true crimes.
Funny true crimes?
It's not really funny.
Oxymoron.
It really was. It's not funny, haha, but we make it funny,
because we're haha.
Yeah, because we're haha, and also because true crimes is a very heavy subject. So we're not making fun.
Hell no.
The situation.
Oh, sorry. I just get passionate because I need people to know that we have compassion and empathy for the victims. So we never have compassion and empathy for the offenders.
Yes. So hard.
So that's the premise. All right.
So
of the damn chicken coop.
Hard. So hard.
Oh, they know. God. They know.
Yeah. So guys, guess what? Today we're going to talk about, and this was a sad story. It was disturbing too, but it was a sad story. This was a suggestion that was requested
by one of our hens.
Yes. No. She's a hen.
What's her name?
Raven.
A hen named Raven.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even put that together.
Shout out.
Yes.
To Raven.
Yes. Thank you for this suggestion, girl.
Okay. Is Raven going to be on the show one day?
I think so.
Let's get Raven on the show.
Yes, we gonna get her on this show one day, y'all.
Because she made a great suggestion.
She really did. Yeah, I'm trying to get comfortable.
And y'all know we likes to keep it comfortable.
Yes, we do. We done had our cup of coffee, our bagel bites.
Don't shout out Duncan. Not until Duncan shout out us.
Well, that's where we had our coffee from. And our bagel bites, and I'm good and ready to get into some true crimes.
Let's go. Yes,
thank you, Raven, for your suggestion.
Yeah, girl.
So this story is about a young lady named Channon Christian and a young man named Christopher Newsom. Mm-hmm. It's a sad story. So Channon Christian and Christopher Newsom His real name was Hugh, but they called him Chris.
Okay.
They were a young, hopeful couple that met a horrible, horrible, horrible end when 5 stupid people. I'm just gonna say that out just right now. You're stupid.
I'm pissed already.
I want to air kick because my hands are occupied right now, but my feet are not, and they have the strength of a kung fu panda.
This girl is seriously kicking the air, y'all.
Air kick right in the mother effing chin.
I know that's right.
So these 5 stupids decided they were gonna have what one of them wrote in their journal, an adventurous night.
Girl.
Yes, this happened in January 2007.
Okay.
So Channon was born April 29th, 1985. She was our age.
I know.
So she was born April 29th, 1985 in Nacogdoches. Let me tell you something. I always thought that was a made-up word.
Man, that's crazy. She would be our age.
That she would be our age.
Wow.
I feel like we're young because we are young, but I also be forgetting like we're not 19 too. So when you hear about people that have experienced something like this or met a tragic end like this at our age, when we were that age,
right? That puts it in perspective. Like it could have been you,
right?
It can happen to anybody,
right?
And it's sad. That's sad.
So she was born in Nacogdoches, which I thought was a made up word. Nacogdoches, Texas. Nacogdoches.
I feel Nacogdoches.
We should see if that even has a meaning.
Yeah. Before I say I feel it.
Okay. So in 97, her family decided to move to Knoxville, Tennessee. And when they moved there, she attended high school. Of course, she graduated in 2003, same year that we graduated. And she began attending the University of Knoxville, where she majored in sociology and was on track to graduate from college December 2007.
Wow, bro.
They just ultimately just halted her plans. So Hugh Christopher Newsom was born September 21st, 1983 in Knoxville, Tennessee. So he was a little bit older than she was. When he was in high school, he played baseball and he graduated in 2002. After high school, he attended Pellissippi State Technical College, taking up carpentry. So he was like on track to get into his career. Like he was moving forward.
Yeah.
He was a promising young man. Both of them were.
Yeah.
Channon and Christian, at the time of their murders, had only been dating for a few months. Okay. So they were young, having fun. They were just out there, just want to hang with their friends, live life, and be merry. So on the night of January 6th, 2007, Channon and Chris were planning to go to a dinner and then to a friend's house party after they went to dinner. So Channon was at one of her other friend's house getting dressed, and then Chris was planning to come pick her up from her friend's house, and then they were going to take Shannon's car to dinner and to the party. They were just going to leave his car there and then come back and get it when they were done. So about 8 p.m., Chris arrived to pick Channon up, and when they headed out to the parking lot to get in Shannon's car, they did what couples do, and they hugged and embraced and kissed each other and just was really enjoying each other before they got in the car.
Right.
Well, in the midst of that, 5 people walked up on them and attacked them at gunpoint. Just kind of ambushed them out of nowhere. So they ambushed them at gunpoint, and they were forced into the back seat of the car and tied up. So the 5 dummies that attacked were, and I'll probably jack these names up, but
and
so
it don't
what?
matter.
So what?
All right.
Because y'all jacked somebody for a car, you dummies.
Just bum.
So Latalvis Cobbins and Lamarcus Davidson. Lamarcus. I think it's Lamarcus or Lamarcus. I don't know, but it's stupid. They were like stepbrothers or half brothers or something like that. They were related. The two loves. Then there was Vanessa Coleman. Then there was George Thomas. And then there was Eric Boyd.
Okay.
So here's the whole thing of events. Once they forced Channon and Chris into the car, they drove back to Lamarcus's house where they started to just do stupid stuff. So both Channon and Chris were raped and tortured.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Medical examiners said that Chris had been sodomized with a foreign object, and at least one of these guys raped him as well.
So,
yeah. So after they tortured Chris and they, beat him up, they raped him and stuff, the four men forced Chris to walk barefoot to some train tracks. Vanessa stayed at the house with Channon.
Okay.
So once they got him to the train tracks, they tied him at his hands and his feet. They blindfolded him and they gagged him with a sock. So they ended up shooting Chris in the back and in the neck. And he did not die from those injuries.
Oh, my Lord.
So he was alive. They kind of kept him alive for a little bit, and they just kind of tortured him and beat him up. And then once they were done, they went on and shot him in the head. It said they put the gun right here, like above his ear, and shot him. And it, instantly killed him.
They some damn demons.
Yeah. And then after they shot him, they set his body on fire and just left him there.
Wow.
Yeah. Left him there on the tracks.
How anybody can do anything like that.
Right. Vanessa stayed at the house, like I said.
Yeah.
While they were out murdering Chris.
While she could have
set Channon free.
Let her go. She could have called the police. I mean, so she just sitting up there watching this girl.
Yeah.
While this girl is being
peer
fear for
pressure,
her life.
Yep. Peer pressure and trying to fit in with the boys.
Man, take that.
Trying to fit in with the boys and be a part of something that really ain't nothing worth being a part of.
Man.
So when the guys returned back to Lamarcus's house, they beat, tortured, and raped Channon for over 24 hours. So they said that she was tied to a chair.
Oh my gosh.
While they raped her. And it was like a bad assault to where she had injuries to her genitals. She had injuries to her body because they were just doing whatever. They used foreign objects to insert into her. They also, had sex with her, raping her. And it showed that she was raped vaginally, orally, and anally.
Oh my God.
So her injuries to her genitals was pretty extreme. After doing that, they also kicked her in her head and her genitals, causing major hemorrhage to both areas.
Why
so she was
kicking her?
This kind of gives me the Furuta girl,
yeah.
Junko Furuta. Oh, we're going to talk about her too.
Yeah.
So it caused hemorrhaging in both areas. She had also suffered bruising and carpet burns from them just dragging her and beating her all over her body. So during one of the confessions, when they finally were caught, but we'll get into that. But during one of the confessions, one of the effing sickos said that Channon was pleading with them to not kill her because she didn't want to die. First off, why would you even be yeah, she was telling us that, she ain't want to die. Why is that something that you're proud of?
Because they some demons. They are not human.
What? Ew, right in the teeth. Why is that something that you're let me go ahead and share and showcase that, yeah, she was fearing for her life.
No regard for life. No regard for human life, including their own.
No, they don't.
They don't have anything that they care about probably had nobody that cared about them. And so they wanted to just go ahead and take somebody out because they was miserable.
Yes. For anybody that is like, that takes joy and pleasure in thinking that murdering someone, you are a psycho. And you need to be put away forever.
Institutionalized.
Put away forever. It's literally people around walking around free that think like this, and they do this, and we don't even know. We walk past, I don't know how many serial killers a day, murderers, like we just be out here just hoping and praying that we're not chosen by them one day. So, back to the story. Before they ultimately killed Channon, they tried to remove their DNA from her body. Did Cowards. They know what they were doing?
Of course not.
No, they didn't know what they were doing, but they knew that they were trying to cover up something so they didn't get caught. They got a lack of intelligence. Okay. So what they did was they poured bleach down her throat.
Oh my gosh.
And then they poured bleach all over her and tried to like scrub her body clean.
Oh my gosh.
Including her injured genitals.
Oh jeez.
So they just tried to scrub her with bleach, hoping that their DNA would be gone. So between January 7th and 8th, Channon was then hogtied with bed sheets and curtains. Then they put a plastic trash bag over her head and wrapped it around so that she could just suffocate.
My God.
I
just realized so that she was alive while they sitting up there pouring bleach down her throat.
Yep.
And scrubbing her body that
she
has
was alive.
wounds.
Yep.
With bleach.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So they put the bag over her head and then they put her body in more trash bags. So they had the bag around her head and then put her in more trash bags and then put her in a trash can. And she suffocated to death. One story or one article that I saw said that Lamarcus had broke her neck and then like they put the trash bag over her head, but then it said that she suffocated to death. So he could have broken her neck and then she still was alive and just suffocated.
Yeah.
But yeah, they stuffed her in a trash bag and then she suffocated to death. She was only 21 years old.
Remember we learned last year that breaking a neck doesn't
kill you. Right.
Like we thought.
Right.
Yeah.
So after this, Lamarcus, like he seems like all of them participated in some kind of way. But it seems like he was the ringleader, and they did say that. They mentioned that at the end. So he went to go see his girlfriend after like killing Channon.
Yeah.
And he gave her, like, he stole stuff out of Shannon's car and gave the girlfriend some of Shannon's things, like gifted it to her. And he was also seen wearing Chris's shoes. So he stole Chris's shoes.
So straight up, bum. Don't and have then you nothing. Gonna be a waste of life and breath.
Then you're out here strutting your ass and other people's stuff.
Yeah, cause he ain't got no. He was nothing. He was worthless.
You're going to HE double hockey sticks, you selfish liquor. Cause I want to say something else.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
I get a little passionate. Caring about y'all ears.
I don't. I'm sorry. That's because I be over here eating this microphone. It be so close to my mouth. Okay. So when Chris and Shannon didn't show up for their party on the night that they were supposed to, the friends began like calling both of them. They weren't getting any answer from either one, but they kept calling. Then they went to the apartment to see, like, where are they? Maybe they're just hanging out at the apartment or whatever. And they saw Chris's car, but they didn't see Shannon's car. So everybody started to kind of like worry because they're like, where are? It's not like for them to like just not show up or not pick up or like, where are they? Because eventually, you know, they'll pick up or whatever.
Right.
So worry began to set in for the families and the friends, and Shannon's mom started like calling around, you know, asking where Channon was because she was calling and wasn't getting an answer either. Shannon's manager at her job also called Shannon's mom because Channon hadn't reported to work. So when the manager called, Shannon's mom was like, okay, I need to call the cops. I need to call the police because it's not like her. As well as Chris's family, like they were like calling around too because they're like, it's not like him to just not answer our call when we're calling them.
Yeah.
So after they called the cops and Shannon's mom filed a missing persons report, the friends and family began doing their own research around the neighborhood that they were last seen at that apartment complex. And then they started like looking at local hospitals as well just to see if their friends were there. On January 7th of 2007, 23-year-old Chris's body was discovered by a rail worker in the late afternoon. And semen was found inside of Chris's body from one of the suspects, but because they set his body on fire, the actual DNA and the semen was destroyed, but they did know it was semen in there.
Yeah.
So they didn't know who did it. They just know it was there.
Disgusting.
On January 8th, Shannon's cell phone pinged near a tower that was near Cherry Street. So that area was searched because, you know, it's like, oh, okay, her phone pinged there. She must be over there. So they started searching the area and they found Shannon's car abandoned. Things were missing that she, you know, had, like teddy bear, phone charger, stuff was missing out of her car. But there was a pack of Newport cigarettes found inside the car.
Of course it would be Newport.
I was going to let me tell you something.
Of course it's Newport.
Let me tell you something. And I don't know if this is a stereotype.
It is, and it's a true
I really
one.
don't know. But as soon as I see a pack of Newports,
you already know what's going on.
Up in here.
She points her head, y'all.
Up in here, I'm thinking, oh, that's a nigga.
Straight up. Straight up. Straight
He back there smoking Newports.
Ugh, that is so, ugh.
Yeah, automatically. You're guilty. You're guilty. Because you left the pack. Just messy. Just messy.
Ugh.
So they found the Newports, like I said, in the car, but it was reported that neither Shannon nor Chris were smokers. So it couldn't have been their Newports, of course. It was from a nigga. What moved the search forward was an envelope that was found in the car that had a fingerprint on it. Yes, they ran the fingerprint, and it led them right to Lamarcus's house at address 2316 Chipman Street.
Ooh.
This was only, well, the house is bulldozed now. This was only 2 blocks from where the car was found.
Okay.
So it made sense. On January 9th, police were able to go ahead and enter the home. No one was there, but they did find Shannon's body stuffed in the trash can.
Okay.
They also found the items that were missing from her car, and then they found shell casings that were the ones matching, the ones from Chris's murder and crime scene. Of course, Lamarcus's fingers, they should be. His fingerprints was found all over the trash bags. The medical examiner found semen from Lamarcus and his brother LaTalvis inside of Shannon's body.
Because they was stupid.
They were.
They was stupid.
Yes. Police began to search for Lamarcus. It was just a big manhunt. And on January 11th, 2007, he was found in a vacant house and arrested. So they had some help from one of the other suspects, Eric Boyd, because they caught Eric Boyd. And Eric immediately was like,
Same like
y'all
a
can
canoe.
go ahead and find him at this place. That's where he's hiding.
Tweet.
Okay. All right. Did that work out for him? Probably not. So, So once caught, he began to tell the police that, like, once Lamarcus was caught, he began to tell the police that he had nothing to do with these murders, of course. But then tried to say that Chris and Channon were drug users.
What?
And that he used Shannon's car for a drug deal.
No,
what? That's how you left your Newports in there? Brother.
He ain't my brother. He ain't none of my brother.
Nah, he sure ain't.
Ain't no brothers over here.
Nope.
Okay.
So Latalvis Cobbins, the brother, his brother, Lamarcus' his brother, George Thomas and Vanessa Coleman, they were all arrested for their connection to the murder. Here's how it just made it look not worse, but just where it just kind of like solidified everything that happened. And it just also shows how naive Vanessa was and how she really was just trying to fit in. So she wrote a journal entry. Okay?
Which one thing with her is you seeing how these dudes is treating a woman. And these are the kind of people you want to hang around?
Yeah, I don't think she was thinking that. She was thinking, well, this is family. Remember like what we were talking about last year in some of those cases when it came to gangs and stuff?
Yeah.
Where a lot of them feel like this is a safe space, even though they could knock my front teeth out.
Girl.
If I do something that they don't like.
Exactly. And that's what it would be.
Yeah.
The first time you do something they don't like.
Yeah. So she's thinking it's probably a safe space for her. And I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare hang out with any man and watch them torture, rape, and beat and kill a woman and or a woman as well and feel safe. No, sir.
No way.
So hard. So in her journal entry, she wrote, last night. This is how I imagine her voice.
She said.
I imagine her voice being like this. Last night was one of a kind. We stayed with a crackhead. That is cool as hell.
Oh, she's stupid.
It snowed a little bit, but it's already melted. Let's talk about adventures. I had one hell of adventure since I've been in the big TN. It's a crazy world these days, but I love the fun adventures and lessons that I've learned. It's going to be a long, interesting year. Yeah, bitch. In jail.
In jail.
In jail.
In jail.
Look, adventures.
You going to have plenty of adventures in jail.
Lessons that I've learned.
You going to learn plenty of lessons in jail.
What did you just so happen? It's cool.
It's gonna be cool for you in jail. It's plenty of crackheads in jail.
Oh yeah. And with her saying she had fun in the Big TN, or since she's been in the Big, that sounds like she had just recently moved there. Like she hadn't been there for long. Girl, you moved to Tennessee and decided to hang out with, and then now you in jail.
How'd that work out for you, baby?
Stupid. That's how it worked out.
Okay.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
You're dummy. I try not to judge, but at the same time,
I'm judging.
Yeah, at the same time,
I'm damn judging.
I be judging.
You
I just be like, what is going on with you?
What? I can't.
And I'm still stuck on the lessons learned. What do you mean lessons
learned?
I learned. Did they teach you reading, writing, arithmetic?
Girl.
Of murder?
Girl.
Ugh. To your chin.
Air kick, y'all.
To your chin.
I don't think she be knowing that ain't nobody in here with us.
Look, this is Lamarcus, Leviticus, whatever his name is, Latavia, Vanessa, George,
she kicking
Eric. Look, as I'm kicking, my knee is like. Let me not kick too hard for this boy to be stuck straight.
Right.
I'm working on these knees this year, y'all. They're gonna be close to me.
They're gonna be well oiled and
especially with these kids. So trials for the Stupids began in 2009. So this is 2 years after this happened. April 16th, 2009, Eric Boyd was found guilty with being an accessory to carjacking. He was the only one not charged with murder and was sentenced to 18 years.
And why is that?
Because he helped them carjack the car.
That's all he did?
That's what it said. But I'm like, but it said the four men walked Chris to the train track.
See, yeah.
So, it was more. So
the type of investigator I would be, if you put gas in the car, you're
murdered. Right.
Yep.
But I feel like it was probably because he gave up L'America.
Because he sang.
So, yeah. So, they probably gave him a deal.
Yeah.
And was like, well, we're not going to put you in on the murder of Chris.
I don't agree with deals.
Shannon. But we'll give you 18 years because you helped carjack and kidnap these people.
I don't agree with deals. I'm like you don't negotiate with terrorists. They're terrorists, and you tell me what's up, okay? Right. And once I get what's up, you still getting your just due.
Yeah. Yeah, because then too, it's like, was there a possibility of parole in the 18 years? That mean he could do 10.
Nobody should be getting out of jail for this. Nobody.
No. August 25th, 2009. LaTalvis Cobbins was found guilty and faced the death penalty, but was later given life without parole. Yeah. October 28th, 2009. LaMarcus Davidson was found guilty, of course, because he should have.
Right.
He was found guilty on first-degree murder and first-degree felony murder. He was also found guilty of facilitation of aggravated rape, and he was accused of being the ringleader and received 2 death penalties, as he should.
And with them wasn't overturned, were they?
No, Good. They were not overturned. Here's the thing, and I'm going to get into that a little bit, too. The judge that was over, well, let me do George and Vanessa, and then we'll go back to the judge. Okay. So, December 8th, 2009, George Thomas was found guilty on all charges and sentenced to 2 life sentences without parole. And then May 13th, 2010, the day before I got married, Vanessa Coleman was granted immunity for the carjacking.
Oh, for the carjacking?
Yeah, for the carjacking. But not for the rapes and the murder. She was only sentenced to 53 years, though. Right. So, with this case, there was some issues with the judges. So, the original judge that, is it presided?
Yeah.
Presided over this case was he had to step down because apparently he was like illegally obtaining prescription drugs.
Ooh.
Yeah. His name was Judge Baumgartner. His name was Judge Baumgartner. It's hard to say that word too.
You said it right.
Baumgartner. So he was released with a statement saying that the judge was in a healthcare facility and he was receiving medical treatment. But yeah, like I said, they had to, because of that, they had to remove him because he illegally obtained prescription painkillers from
come on, Judge.
From someone. Right. So when he was gone, I think what happened was because of them thinking he was on these illegal, it was like oxycodone, it was like those type of drugs, the ones that people be abusing. So I'm thinking they were saying like because he was using these drugs while he was presiding over, that his judgment was probably wonky and giving the sentences to these people. So then they brought in another judge named John Kerry Blackwood.
Okay.
So Judge Blackwood ordered new trials for Cobbins, Davison, Thomas, and Coleman.
Why couldn't he just do new sentences?
That's what I was thinking.
They did it.
But they retried. He wanted to like do a retrial.
Man, he just wanted the money.
That's what a lot of people were saying. So a lot of people were like, dang, like, why do we have to keep on doing these trials and going back and forth and doing like setting new trial dates and stuff for people? So the Tennessee Supreme Court were trying not to like, or no, they were like trying to make decisions. Mm-hmm. So he wanted a new trial for Davison. Remember I told you Davison got them death penalties.
Yeah.
The Tennessee Supreme Court was like, no, you're not overturning that sentence.
I know that's damn right.
He's going to get the death penalty because he was over this whole situation.
Yeah.
So the district attorneys was like, Judge Blackwood, you need to go ahead and like rescue yourself from this trial. Just go ahead and get out. He was like, no, I'm the captain of this ship and I'm going to see it through.
Man, take your monkey out. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, take yourself to lunch, bro. Because for real.
So, yeah, it all fell through for Judge Blackwood. And basically the sentences stayed where they were. Mm-hmm. At this point, Shannon's family and Chris's family had been to court on this case for, let me tell you, years. Because by this time, it is 2012. This happened in 2007. So they they had been to court for this for years and about 283 times. To have to go through this. You're dragging it out.
Hey, can you imagine the family that of Channon and Chris? Can you?
No.
I would be
hot. So sick of this. Like, I'm like, I've already lost my child. Like, I want to move forward. And the judicial system and this judge trying to make it like,
they playing games.
Because some people, like, I think it was Shannon's parents that were like, I think he's just trying to get a movie or a book deal.
Yeah.
And this ain't no book. This ain't about no book or no movie. This is about our daughter.
Yeah.
Like, just finish it up because we're tired of going through. You're making us relive this horrible thing that happened to our child and our family over and over.
Yep.
So, yeah. A lot of people were upset that this case did not receive a lot of media coverage. One of the articles that I read said that they were thinking this was a racially motivated crime because like a little bit before this happened, apparently there was like a white supremacist like march or something or protest that happened in the area. And so they're trying to be like, it was a white supremacist thing going on. And then these black kids tried to retaliate and attack these white kids. No. And you know how I am when it comes to racial inequality and topics on race and inequality. But no.
Right.
They literally were just out to kill someone and be ruthless. It had nothing to do with race. So people were just really like, why isn't this getting media coverage? And,
they want that.
Yeah. Why is this not
people
getting a lot of media coverage?
People be trying to start race wars so bad.
So hard. And it's too much going on that can start a race war. Just stop it.
Right.
Us black people just out here trying to mind our business, eat our banana pudding, stroke on our cats, and live a soft life. We don't want to keep on going through this. We've been going through this for 400 plus years with trying to say, hey, leave us alone, white people. We just want to live our lives. Look, you brought it up.
I know. Sorry, y'all.
God. Huh. So yeah, they were like upset that it didn't get a lot of news coverage, which I was surprised that it didn't seem to get. Like all of the news articles that I had found were like local news articles, local news stations, local news articles. It wasn't like splashed all over CNBC. Is it CNBC or CNBS? CNBC.
CNBC.
I don't be knowing because I don't watch the news because
Me
it's depressing.
neither. I don't either.
It was just depressing. Foundations were created in honor of both Chris and Shannon's memory. The house that they were murdered in, or they were tortured and raped in, and murdered in, it was bulldozed down. And in its place of the house is a memorial that stands in its place. Also, 2 new laws were passed. The Chris Newsom Act, which prevents retrials in cases like this one, because the Judge Blackwood coming in being like, no, we're going to go ahead and just redo this whole thing.
Just no consideration for the family. Like,
when the judge, apparently he was competent enough to be like, no, y'all going to jail.
Exactly. Come on, bro.
High or not. Some people work better when they're high.
That's the truth.
And if he not in no pain, and the pain ain't distracting him from giving good sentences, then leave it be. You don't need to come in and be like, we need to retry and torture people more.
Get on somewhere.
So the Chris Newsom Act prevents that, so that doesn't happen. It's just, if there's a judge switch, they don't need to go retry. Everything's already out on the table. It's been presented, and they can just move forward. And then there's also the Shannon Christian Act, which prevents the accused from painting the victims in a negative light. So like how Lamarcus was like, nah, they was some crackheads, and I was using their car.
I hate when people do that. When they know they good and well that they done blanked somebody up, okay? And then they come in, and the first thing that they try and do is make the victim out to be a bad person. You had all this gusto when you was straight up taking a life, and you can't stand in that. You can't say it with your chest.
Nope, because I ain't got no hair on their chest to say it with.
FOH, bro. FOH.
I like the letters. At first, I had to think like, what is that? Is that the homeowners thing?
This girl.
I was confusion. I was so confusion for a hot second.
The blank OH.
Yes. So, what happened to these two was absolutely horrific. And I hope that Vanessa, is her name Vanessa? I don't even know what that girl name is. Yeah, Vanessa.
Miss
Charge.
Adventures and Lessons.
Okay, that I learned in the Big TN. Girl, suck a fat jail cell, okay?
She is. She certainly is.
She surely is. You gotta do say with your chest on that one. Okay. Vanessa Coleman, George Thomas, LaMarcus Davison, LaTalvis Cobbin, whatever your name is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Eric Boyd. Goodbye. That's what it is.
Goodbye.
That's what it is. I hope y'all have great lessons and adventures and learn a whole bunch of things while you're in prison.
First lesson, don't drop the soap.
Yep, don't drop that soap.
I hope they drop that soap so bad because of what they did. Drop that damn soap. Drop the soap, bro.
Okay.
Drop it like it's hot.
like a microphone.
Okay.
Go ahead and drop it. I hope y'all enjoy, the rest of your time. The fact that Eric Boyd only got 18 years.
That is what's the worst.
It's like, but he was still there.
Exactly.
So
he is
I don't
just
care.
As culpable.
Right. I don't care if he told That being a tattletale don't get you out of nothing.
And my thing is, if you're gonna do a deal, then at least do a deal in which they still have to pay at least 75%.
Oh yeah,
as good as what they deserve.
Right.
18 years, and he was involved in the savage taking of 2 lives. 18 years. No, that's not even enough for one person.
No, it's not.
So get out of here.
Not. I think, like, because what I'm kind of like analyzing in my head right now. What happened? Like, I don't want to, picture it, but I'm picturing it because I'm just a visual person. But I kind of feel like, or not. Well, I think because Lamarcus and Latalvis were one of them was the one that raped Chris. Yeah. With their penis. Because they were big, bad and bold to leave sperm. And I'm gonna just go ahead and say it was Lamarcus that did that.
Probably.
And then everyone else, because like they were saying that he was assaulted with objects, that Chris was assaulted with objects, they were probably the ones inserting the objects into him. The same with Channon.
Yeah.
That is just weird. I just don't understand what the fascination is, especially when it comes to men and your assault on women. Why do you get so much enjoyment inflicting pain in their body?
Because
in their vagina like that.
Are not human. You can't be human. And I can't even.
You know what they need to do to people like this? They need to put them in, what's that dang on TV show that we all went crazy for during the pandemic when they was
Squid Games?
Squid Games.
Yes.
They need to because the Squid Games was for people. It was for people like this, or people that were like kind of crooked and stuff.
Yeah.
They need to put all the people that are like this
in
the Squid Games. And y'all want to kill somebody and harm somebody and do all this stuff that y'all doing to people that's just walking around here, minding their business, going to Walmart, getting groceries, taking care of our family and our bills. Y'all go to the Squid Games and get shot up by that dang on baby doll playing red light, green light.
I am serious, girl. That would be the perfect, at least for all murderers and pedophiles.
Yes.
Put them in the Squid Games. That would be the perfect
That would be
punishment.
wonderful.
And it'd be ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't televise it, because us people that ain't trying to be desensitized to that stuff. Yeah. We want to still show it. We don't want to be exposed to that, and then when it happens for real, we be like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time though, we got to know that it's happening, because then that might be a deterrent for people. They won't. I ain't trying to be in a Squid Game.
They could just report. They could report like, this person has been killed by such and such. Yeah. Or
like maybe have like a website, right? That
like a scoreboard.
What's going on, right?
But in this Squid Games, you don't get money.
No heck.
This is just your punishment.
Period.
This is just your punishment.
That is what it is.
Instead of them making my Victoria's Secret panties,
exactly,
or making my license plate,
and let me tell you something,
or else. Doing
exactly like I would happily pay taxes to put y'all in these Squid Games, buy the equipment, whatever they need. I pay my taxes for that, because I'd rather pay my taxes to let them sleep and eat and not have to pay no rent.
And still commit these same crimes while they're in prison. Because just because you're in prison don't mean nothing. A lot of people bring the outside into the prison. So the prison is just as bad as it is outside.
And let me tell you something. They can be as big and bad as they want to. But you remember that biggest, baddest dude that was in the Squid Games, that big old fat face.
Oh yeah.
Ugly. He was a biatch
Yeah, he
at the
was.
very end.
Yeah, he was.
A straight up biatch.
So hard.
So that would seriously.
That would be wonderful. That is a great idea.
For real, girl.
Judicial system. Get one of these billionaires. Elon. He's sending people to space for no reason. Or am I mixing up Elon with the Amazon guy?
No.
Who be
what?
sending people to space?
Bezos. I think he did say he was going to go to space, but I think it's Elon Musk.
They the same person to me because they got too much money that they can share, but
real.
They're just greedy.
You ain't lying.
In a minute, they gonna be part of the Squid Games too.
You ain't lying.
But
you know what
why
else?
don't y'all donate the money so we can get the Squid Games going?
You know what else? All right, fine. Say they don't want to do Squid Games. As many times as the government has experimented on innocent, unknowing people, just experiment on these daggone murderers,
yes,
and pedophiles.
Yes,
whatever you need to advance science and technology.
Yes,
you got free subjects right there.
Yeah, so hard.
Right there.
I second that
Experiment on
motion.
their arses.
I second that motion.
Shoot, I do not want to pay to house some depraved, deviant, arse, motherfudger, who does not give a crap about my life. So why I got to pay for your life?
That is so true. We pay more. You know, it costs more in a year to take care of some prisoners than some people make in a year.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
People are financially struggling.
Struggling, bro. Struggling.
And the ones that are struggling are, one, paying the highest taxes, we know that. But two, taking care of prisoners.
Yep. For what? For what? If they saw me on the street, I would be their next victim. For what?
Right. And it's 5 of these mofos.
Thieves, okay? I'm not saying, scammers, even though they should get what they deserve, but I'm not saying that. But
we're talking about the ones that are
right, who have that
did it on purpose
and have done it to children.
Yes,
and all of that. They don't deserve the amount of grace that they get.
Right.
They don't.
Because they didn't give grace.
And you know what?
Channon or Chris.
Maybe God got to deal with me on that. But that's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Put they arses to bed.
Yes. And we ain't talking about on a Serta or a Sealy Posturpini.
Or a Casper. Why are we always shouting out these brands?
Well, that's what we know, and it just be a regular conversation. I mean, I don't sleep on a Serta.
I wish I had a Casper. I heard Casper's is the best. Or was that the purple?
I think Casper and the purple are like the same thing.
Is they?
Or similar. I don't know.
Anyway,
I know they come vacuum packed like a sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anywho, rest in peace, Chris and Channon. You guys did not deserve
and
what
condolences every day to their families.
Yeah.
To hear all those details.
Yes.
Probably as much as they had to and as many times as they had to.
That would have drove me
honestly
crazy.
Honestly.
And you would have to, I would be walking through the metal detector every day and like, go ahead and put that shank up here on this table. You can't bring that in.
Okay.
So, well, that's that on that, y'all.
That was a very good case. Yeah, it was very, very depressing, but I'm glad that we covered that case.
Yes. Thanks, Raven, for your suggestion.
Yeah.
You're the bomb.com. And if you have any suggestions, you can always email them to us at
thenoseyhenspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. And you can also DM us in those socials as well.
At the Nosy Hens Podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Y'all, we about to go take a nap.
Wait. You got to do the the theme song one more time.
I forgot how it went. That's why.
Welcome to the coop.
Oh, welcome to the chicken coop. Chicken coop.
Yeah. Welcome to the chicken coop.
Chicken coop. Hey, is that the notes? I don't know if that was the right notes.
I think it was because it kind of followed that. I told you long ago on the road.
Yeah.
Welcome to the chicken coop.
Hey, chicken coop. Hey.
Ow.
We going to record that right now.
I'm gonna try and write a verse too.
We
gonna write 2 verses.
Well, that's the whole song.
You damn straight.
Well, y'all gonna hear a new song in about 2 days.
It's gonna call Chicken Coop.
Yeah, because until we can go on to our guy that's our engineer that we love so hard. Hey, Preston.
Presto.
Hey. Until we can come to you, we just go ahead and record this on the garage band.
We gotta find a beat. We gotta do this.
I'm a beatbox. I spit all on this microphone. I got spit dripping on my bottom lip.
Microphone. This my microphone for the rest of ever.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna have to get some business. We gonna have to put these.
Chloe Bailey licked on it. She done.
We're gonna have to put these microphone things in a washing machine.
Right.
They're gonna be all tattered up and melted by the time.
Right.
Done. And then spray it with some.
And then we still gotta get the dang on stands too.
Yeah.
Cause our hands be on it.
Right. My hands be cramping at the end. I'm like,
oh my God,
stretch.
This thing is heavy.
Jesus, look, the things we do for y'all, but it's because we love you.
We love
and we love doing this. It's a fun thing to do for us.
Yes.
So until next week, y'all stay warm and lovely.
Yes, and take care of yourselves.
Yes, make sure that your chicken coop is fluffed up with all of the hay that you
nice
need.
And cozy.
Yes, because it is the winter time.
Yeah.
And we don't want any frozen hens. Unless we're going to get that frozen hen from Aldi and we're going to make it for dinner.
Cannibal.
Yeah, I am.
The cannibal.
Yes, with some hot sauce.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. We love you guys. Until next week.
Peace.
Goodbye.